Thank you. Buenos dias. Good morning to Los Dos Laredos. It is very, very good to be here with you this morning. It is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to join you for this 116th annual celebration of friendship and culture between Mexico and the United States. My special thanks to Washington's Birthday Celebration Association for inviting me and granting me the honor of being here this morning with Los Dos Laredos, friends, neighbors, and a location that I also call home. It is always good to be back in Laredo with friends such as these, neighbors that gleam with pride on the relationship that has existed for decades and well over centuries. And I say that it is also good to be in one of the friendliest of communities that I know along our nation's borders with Mexico and the United States. This group should know, and I'd like to share with you, that Laredo holds a very special place in my heart with me, my wife, and my family. We began our career here, as Carlos said, over 34 years ago. 2 of our children were born in Laredo, and my wife and I have many dear friends here in this community. Los Dos Laredos share much in common. Our fellowship as cities, as a region, as a people, goes way beyond living and working next to each other. We are a community that recognizes and highly respects the value of culture, diversity, understanding, unity, and very importantly, sovereignty. Where else in the world do we have 2 great nations, 2 great people coming together as one on an annual basis to recognize and celebrate friendship, vecindad, amistad, and the lifeblood of their communities? This is a celebration that has been ongoing now for over a century. I expect it to continue into centuries in the future. This last century that has seen tremendous change in our communities, in our countries, in our way of living, and the relationship between our nations. I can say with a high level of confidence that all 3 of these have been very positive throughout our country's borders. But nowhere along our 2 nations' border is that change reflected as prominently, as positively, or as dynamically as it is here in Los Dos Laredos. This is not to say that other communities along our borders do not have valued relationships and partnerships. In fact, I take pride in saying that along the entirety of our border, the relationships between the United States and Mexico has prospered in an unprecedented manner and continues to flourish and thrive. But ladies and gentlemen of Los Dos Laredos, over the last 3 decades, I have had the good fortune, the great fortune of visiting and getting to know the many communities along the border between our 2 great nations.